UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Good morning, welcome to the Extra. I'm Robert Chirabo. It is Uganda Broadcasting Corporation television that you're watching. Thank you so much wherever you are and you have chosen us as a television or a TV of your choice. We do appreciate from the bottom of our hearts, from the bottom of my heart, and we pledge and continue to assure you of quality and professional broadcast. Now, in this extension of Good Morning Uganda, which is Good Morning Uganda Extra, not forgetting to remind you that we are always here every morning from 6:30, every weekday. And what do? Is to ensure that you're well versed with what is happening locally and internationally, that there is no meaningful conversation that you're not aware of. You start your day a very informed person, but also to cheer you up. Sometimes the nights are very horrible and you need hope. You need confidence, you need encouragement, you need those smiles. We offer that to you, and I guarantee you at the end of the day, you will start your day with a positive mindset and you end your day with victory. So why not make it a date with us every weekday? Now this morning, I have three gentlemen, and what are we going to be discussing? Something very interesting. Why am I calling it interesting? That when we talk about the education sector in our country, there is what we call traditional schools, and the other, I don't want to mention the term I can use, but the non-traditional schools. Now, these are schools, the traditional schools that have been there for a long time. Imagine a school celebrating 113 years of existence. A school has been there all these years. Now, what am I talking about? I'm talking about Busoga Mwiri College. And on set, I have two OBs of the school and their current headmaster. I must say the current headmaster, because when I talk about 113 years, definitely, he can't have served that institution for all that long. Now, join me, welcome. I'll begin with the headmaster, Sibukule Peter, who happens to be the head teacher of Busoga College Mwiri. You're most welcome, HM.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chirabo, and good morning, esteemed viewers. Greetings from Busoga College Mwiri. We're glad to be on this show that we are going to share with you the program that we have this week as we celebrate 113 years of existence. Thank you.
Just next to the headmaster, I have Seruyange Ronald, who is the Secretary General of the Mwiri Old Boys Association. You're most welcome.
Thank you, Robert, for hosting us. Good morning, viewers. We look forward to an interactive show with you, Robert. Thank you very much.
And just next to me is a man who has the sweetest title in the world, and that is the president of the Mwiri Old Boys Association. And he's been telling me very interesting stories about this school. Daniel Mushabe Kakaire, you're most welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kirabo Robert. Good morning, Uganda. Good morning, Old Boys. Thank you for the kind introduction. Introductions about Busoga College Mwiri. We look forward to a very interactive discussion of our great school that has given so much to this country. Thank you so much for hosting us.
One of the things I know about Mwiri, when you talk about giving so much, is the fact that it's the school with the biggest number of members of parliament in our parliament. If you're looking for OBs, which school has the majority, they're there. Now, what they do, what they say is not a topic for today, the Old Boys of Mwiri. But one thing that you must know, our viewer, they dominate that parliament in case you have to look at schools, what they have given. But also interesting about it, our former president, Apollo Milton Obote, was an OB. At least if I read through history, was an OB of that school. They're quite a number. Now, I want to begin with the HM. When you talk about Mwiri College School, Busoga College Mwiri, paint a picture for our viewer. What is this school? What makes it special from other schools, apart from saying it's a traditional school?
Yes, thank you so much, moderator. What makes Busoga College Mwiri unique? One, the location of the school. When you're at Busoga College Mwiri, what you view can't be viewed from any part of Uganda. Secondly, being a traditional school, the subjects that we do put emphasis at the vocationals. Actually, when the new competence curriculum came in, it found us on the way. Children are in technical drawing, they're in woodwork, they're in metalwork, they are in agriculture. So that's where unique. When you look at sports, I think that school, the children are able to participate in almost every sports activity. Look at the residences. I think that's one of the schools where students like those in high school practice what they will find in universities. They stay there already, like in universities. The playgrounds are available for every sport. The welfare is unique. When a child leaves Busoga College Mwiri, the network, network is your worth. The network of people that a student who has gone to Busoga College Mwiri interacts with is very rich. Like you've just mentioned, the first president of this country is an OB. Makerere University has had very many vice chancellors, but many of them are OBs of Busoga College Mwiri, including the current one, Professor Nawangwe. I think when a child comes out of Busoga College Mwiri, that network outside the school is very rich. It's a religious school. We don't look at the paper that the child is carrying out of the school, but the values, the attitudes, the work-related ethics. I don't know whether in this country you've had anybody from Busoga College Mwiri having issues in terms of office. I doubt. The personalities, I think Mr. Mwenda, Andrew Mwenda is an OB. You've said there are many in parliament. It's true, because we train boys who are very assertive. In Busoga College, if you're a teacher and you're not careful, you may think boys are stubborn, but they are very assertive. They will tell you what they want. If it's wrong, they'll tell you it's wrong. Even our hymn or the school anthem says so. The right will be assisted, the wrong will be resisted. So we are looking at who is this person coming out of Busoga College Mwiri. It's what makes it unique. Currently, if you looked at the management of the school, it's very unique. The board is staff, very rich and very focused. You said the school at one time dropped. It's now coming back because as I talk now, the board is new, the PTA is new, the president of the old boys is new, the headmaster is new. So we are looking at everything new at the school. And as we come for 113 years, we want to see a new school. Thank you so much.
Well, don't forget it's a single-sex school. It is a boys' school. So in case you're watching us and you listen to the good things in Mwiri, it is totally a boys' school. Now, I'll go to the president of Mwiri Old Boys Association. When you talk about the Old Boys Association, throw more light into this, that specifically of Mwiri, in terms of what your mandate is as this association. How great is this association in terms of numbers? Because someone, is it mandatory that because you went to Mwiri you're a member? Let's also understand more as we then focus into the homecoming. But first.
Thank you very much once again, moderator. Busoga College Mwiri Old Boys Association, whoever went to Mwiri, at least for 1 year, is automatically a member of MOBA, Mwiri Old Boys Association. This is not a small association like you've had because of its rich history. As a MOBA executive, as MOBA president, you've just mentioned the 14 members of parliament that are from Mwiri. But we cut across so many in so many fields. Mention anyone. We've talked about the first president of this country. Actually, the cabinet, his cabinet, in the 80s and 60s, it was about 40% Busoga College Mwiri. Even in the current administration, he has not mentioned the kind of hobbies that we have. Among them, who are ministers in this cabinet, we had the Honorable Prime Minister, Hakana Rugunda, who was also a head prefect of Busoga College Mwiri, and is currently our patron. He talked about the 14 vice chancellors of Makerere, who are old boys of Mwiri, including the current one. Mwiri produces complete men. Complete men. It's not, when you bring your child to Mwiri, you are producing a complete character, a complete man. So these are the kind of people that, as a president, that I'm leading. It's a very rich organization and very, very competitive. Unlike other schools, it's not by appointment, it's extremely competitive. And our work is to give back to the school, Mwiri, that also gave us so much, that we are very, very proud of. And not only us as old boys, but also it gave so much to this country. Did you know that our motto, for God and my country, it was gotten from Mwiri? I don't know if you know that. You see, Kurakatonda Negwanga Diafe. That's what was gotten and made the national motto. So, like I said, we've given so much to this country, and we're extremely proud of the quality and the caliber of men the school produces. Yes.
Now, having known about the school, the association, the general secretary, now let's look at the homecoming, 113 years of existence and homecoming. So what is this all about?
Well, homecoming it's more of an interaction where the old boys come at the school and interact with the current students to inspire them, to give them career guidance. But the theme for this year is that we are celebrating our legacy through infrastructure. As the headmaster mentioned, if you look at all the former traditional schools, they have faced some challenges. If you look at challenges in terms of academic performance, the infrastructure has really been old, so it needs to be revamped. Mwiri, we are first on track. I think, Mr. Headmaster, if I am right, we are almost at 90%. Because if you find most of these schools, they were built, for example, I'll give you the roofing. You look at, it was asbestos. And we all know that asbestos has been deemed by the World Health Organization to be a danger. Actually, it causes cancer. This is no longer in question. So we have moved, actually, I think, Mr. Headmaster, we are now over 95%. We have re-roofed. There's something when you ask the headmaster about the school, I want to share, to give you the perspective, why Mwiri is a bit unique. We have about, I think, 1,100 students, the total population of the school. But this is a school that is seated on 3.6 square miles of land.
Still intact?
Still intact. Still intact.
Oh, what an achievement.
If I'm trying to put that into perspective, 1 square mile has over 660 acres. So imagine when you have to deal with that kind of infrastructure and develop it, and it's all fully utilized. There is no vacant land that says not utilized. Well, you may find and look at there is a huge forest, but that belongs to the school, of which we are currently in partnership with Equity Bank, and I think
Kenya High
and the
Commission.
Kenyan High Commission to maintain it, the regreening of it. We've had to tarmac the school. The distance from the main road, when you're getting off from Wairak up to the school itself, it's over 5 kilometers. Now, before you start to cover the entire kilometers within the school. But we have been able to succeed on that front, of course with the support of the government, of which we are very grateful to, Minister of Works and the government at large. So we've found it fitting that for this year's theme, we focus on celebrating our legacy, which is extremely very rich, and concentrate on improving our infrastructure as well, because the school, we don't have to look only at the past. We also have to look at the present and the future. If it wasn't for the former, well, being a public school, it's a government school, by the way. It's wholly owned by the government. What the government did in the past, but also the old boys that pushed, we wouldn't have had that infrastructure by the time the president was there, by the time I'm here. So us also, we have a role to play in making sure that this infrastructure, it's maintained, it's improved for the current and the future generation. So the theme this year, we are going to be celebrating our rich legacy, and then as well as improving our infrastructure. So that's the core for this homecoming. Thank you very much.
Okay, so at least there's something that you're putting now. Mr. Headmaster, when you're talking about why one should go to Mwiri, Mwiri is one of those traditional schools, like we said. And one of the cultures of traditional schools is they look at a fully packaged human being. It may not only be on performance, but you didn't hint anything on performance.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, moderator, once again. Like the President and Secretary General have mentioned, being a school celebrating 113 years, at some point we seemed to have dropped slightly. And for us, dropping in performance becomes an opportunity to wake up and do better. So this year we want to give you an assurance and the public that those who knew the school maybe 3, 4, 5 years ago is not the school they know. The school is now fresh and unique. I just want, I'm not going to speak being a science teacher. We speak with data and evidence. I want to give assurance that as this year ends, what I and my team are doing on the ground, plus the support of all other key stakeholders, the parents, the old boys, the board and PTA, we've set enough in place. Our target is that as we look at the infrastructure, we're also saying, can Mwiri also regain its lost glory in the academic field? And that's the target I have as the head teacher. All the stakeholders have told me, said, Master, can you, you're now the technical person. We want this school to come back to where it was. And I've assured them with all that I know and I have, the school should come back. He didn't mention that the infrastructure in terms of performance is key, because you cannot serve very good food in a dirty restaurant. And it's why I've asked them to support me in terms of infrastructure. Can the children have a welcoming school in terms of the gate? Can we have some good sanitation facilities? Can we improve on the sports facilities? How are the classrooms looking like after 113 years? So I have put a request to the old boys and all other stakeholders that help me improve on the infrastructure, and then the rest, as a technical person and my team, we shall be able to make it better. What you are seeing there is our main hall, right? Yes. So like as Secretary General has mentioned, internally we've made an effort to as much as possible reduce on the asbestos on the hill. And what's left, we are planning that with the support of the parents in the next academic year 2025 is one of the things I've requested that we must have off. If you looked at our bus, not there, but the parents have, but the old boys are doing their part. But even the parents have also picked on their own package of what they can do. So everybody is coming back to ensure that Busoga College Mwiri becomes the school of their dream. Now for me as a head teacher, mine is academics. The results must come back. And we are doing all that it does in an ethical way to ensure that the school comes back. He did not mention that the road, that's the impression that after 113 years, we want something unique. And that is the impression.
I'll leave that to the president later.
Correct,
Yes, you handle the academic issue. The president will be handling that.
So academically, with support of Minister of Education and the public service, we've been supported well in terms of human resource. So we are ready to go. And I know I will come back next year to tell you that I was here on the 24th of September, and I promised something which has come out.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Now, I'll ask, yes, this year there is a project, I'm told, that the old boys are going to be focusing on, and our viewer, if you can look critically at that, it is not yet there, but that is an impression of what is actually exactly going to be happening, and those are the images that are running on your screen. But I'll let the president say much about that as that clip is playing.
Thank you so much. Maybe I thank you so much, UBC, for this publicity that you are giving us. Maybe, as I was talking that Mwiri, old boys are everywhere, I forgot to mention, even here at UBC, the MD, Mr. Winston Agaba, is an old boy. The general manager, Maurice Mugisha, is an old boy. So we are at home. But talking about that gate, the gate, this is what we've chosen as what we are going to tackle on at our homecoming on 28th September on Saturday. This will be our focus, and the boys are mobilized, and they are just waiting for the D-Day, which is 28th, and we are going to collect money and have this gate built. Our target is to give the school a Christmas present. That's what we are targeting. And we call upon old boys that we are talking about that are everywhere, the parliamentarians that we are talking about who dominate Uganda's parliament, to come and support this noble project and give back to the school that gave us as old boys so much, and also to this country, for all wishers that gave this country so much. So that's the gate that we as the executive and the board and the school administration, actually it came up as a consensus. We had different models, and there was a vote, and that came out as the best, it was voted as the best gate that we are giving to the school, and this will be the old boys' Christmas present. Yes.
Yes, so you want to supplement?
Yeah, maybe just to add on something. As the president said, this is our signature item, that infrastructure we are picking up for this year for the homecoming. And it is very true. By Christmas, it's going to be the Christmas gift to the school, if our contractor is able to deliver on time, because we're not going to do shoddy work. Those are the timelines we're looking at Christmas. But if you fail Mr. Headmaster, Easter, as we promised, it has to be there. So what does that show? The old boys are geared. Maybe just to perspective, Mr. Chair, would just a little bit to correct. There was a gate. Mwiri has had all these things. But the gate, during the construction of the road, it had to be taken down. So we thought we need a gate, the school needs a gate. But we couldn't put back the gate that was built, I think it was put up in the 70s, you can imagine. So it had run its lifespan. But we really thank the government through the Ministry of Works, because they are responsible for that road cost, the road going up to the school. It's a public road, but just when you see its zone is having the Mwiri community up there. Mwiri is a huge community. It's not just about the school itself, it's a whole community. Like I told you, when you look at the size of the school. So the ministry has been generous enough to accept to do some little bit of compensation, and we're very grateful for that. However much it's more the package, and the old boys have been inspired from that to take up this project and fully fund it. As we talk right now, well, the funds, we could not say that we have them, but at least the mobilization gives us a certainty that we already have the funds to carry out the school through the generous contribution of the old boys. So for members of MOBA, we really want to be very grateful. And we wouldn't stop there just to thank the members of MOBA. I also think we have other well-wishers. If you look at this homecoming, it's not just going to be about Mwiri. There are other schools joining us. Yes. So far we have confirmed Kenyatta is going to be there. Namagunga, Namiyango is coming. Budo. Actually, we are afraid that the delegation is coming from this school may overwhelm the old boys. So we really want to help the old boys. Yeah, the people are, maybe people with these Kayola buses, the EVs Jira, they're almost all booked out. Actually, if anyone has a plan of hiring the Kayola buses, I think the time is running out. Otherwise, all of them are going to be heading to the hills. So we want to thank the well-wishers and other schools and other well-wishers I've not mentioned, but those are just a few I have mentioned. They're also going to be with us, and we are really internally grateful to them. Yeah,
well, allow me now go for a very short break. When we return, we are still discussing Mwiri 113 years homecoming, where the OBs will be at the hill. And of course, this year they have a mega project, that is the school gate that you've just been watching what it's going to look like once it's finished. Either Christmas or Easter, the fact is the gate will be there.
The new proposed entrance gate is more than just a structure. It symbolizes the rich heritage of our school while embracing the innovation of contemporary design. Rooted in the principles of critical regionalism, this gate design reflects the architectural narrative of our institution, harmonizing with the timeless beauty of our existing infrastructure, yet enhanced with modernity and elegance. This gateway will provide a grand, welcoming environment that honors the past while inviting the future. But to turn this vision into reality, we need you, the old boys, the lifeblood of Mwiri, not forgetting well-wishers and friends of Mwiri. We call upon your support to make this dream a reality. Whether through fundraising or other assistance, your contributions will help us build a lasting legacy for generations to come, creating a splendid entrance that reflects the spirit of Mwiri. A good impression. Together, we can make this vision a part of our proud story. Thank you.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
The East Africa UK Tourism and Culture Expo 2024 is here, happening on 8th and 9th of November 2024 under the theme Enhancing Tourism as Engine for Social and Economic Transformation on the sidelines of WTM London at the Rembrandt Hotel, 11th Thalo, PI South Kensington, London, SW7 2RS, United Kingdom. For tickets, exhibitors will pay £1,000 and participants will pay £300. For more information, call +256 787 096 100 or +254 795 806 969. Visit www.eaukTourismExpo.com to register.
At Uganda Development Bank, we are committed to empowering communities by supporting projects that unlock excellent economic benefits for Ugandans through job creation, tax contribution, output value, and foreign exchange. We seek partnerships with projects that drive economic development in Uganda.
Faith Care was started in 2012 with our few savings, with a capacity of 1,000 birds. And now we have a capacity of 10,000 birds. As it is called mixed farm, Faith Care deals in zero grazing cows, and we grow seasonal crops, not even forgetting coffee. But the main project or enterprise is poultry. Poultry is the mother of everything. We have been facing many challenges, but the most challenging part was during COVID. COVID hit us very seriously, and that's when I met my savior, UDB. But after getting UDB money with the low interest of it, we are able to go back to the track And here we are, actually we are even expanding. We have a capacity laying birds of 10,000 and we are constructing more poultry houses. The UDB nafunamu because we got the money, actually the esente zazi tugasa with little interest with a grace period. So we are able to brood our birds, start laying, and we started paying, and we are paying very well. I think we are good customers.
Hey kids, we're going to count today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Enjoy 5 ways to love your baby, smoothen and protect your baby's skin with 5 new gentle formulations. Original to nurture your baby, aloe vera to protect your boo-boo skin, cocoa butter to comfort your pinkly, mild scent to soothe your little one, and avocado to soften your boo-boo skin. Available in all supermarkets, retail shops, and cosmetics shops near you. Move it, baby jelly. All day confidence.
Live from UBC studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Welcome back from that break, and thank you so much for being with us here on UBC TV. It is the Extra, and with me I have 2 old boys of that is the great school in Busoga region. That is Mwiri, Busoga Mwiri College. I have the current president of the Old Boys Association and the Secretary General, plus the current headmaster of the school. What are we discussing? Mwiri, 113 years of existence, homecoming. And also other issues that are very important, why Mwiri has stood for this period of time and what makes it outstanding from a number of schools. Sailing through 113 years is quite a big time. Of course, there could have been ups and downs, challenges, but the fact is they have been able to sail through the storms and stand. And here we are talking about 28th, when all roads will be leading to the hill. I've just got that from the Old Boys. The hill, the hill, the hill, to see. And of course, what will be happening is fundraising for that mega entrance that we've been showing you earlier on. Now, the president of the association, let's also look at the day's program briefly. Why should an old boy actually find it very important not to miss this year's, because almost every year there's homecoming?
Yes, every year we've had different themes, but this is a theme that is going to be, it's one of the beginnings that is going to be very, very tangible. And I don't think anyone would want to miss the part of this historical event. Some of the things that are suggested, like the boys that are going to be contributing, we're even going to immortalize them. There is a fee that's where we immortalize the old boys. You give this contribution and your name will be written. We'll plug somewhere where your name will be written forever.
A wall of fame?
A wall of fame of the contributors. So you don't have to miss, you can't miss this. And you can't also afford to miss to see the revival that is taking place at our great school. Come and be a witness and involve yourself and give back to the school that gave you so much. But at the same time, I also want to thank the traditional schools that are very supportive of us. We've invited a number of them. Among them is King's College Budo. I want to thank their president, who has confirmed attendance. And us with King's College Budo, we have a very historical relationship. We've exchanged head teachers, and in the 30s, when we were shifting from Kamuri, we were hosted at King's College Budo for about 4 years. We were in England House. So there is that historical relationship. I also go ahead to thank the chair lady of Gayaza High School, who has confirmed attendance. with her delegation. I keep joking about this. Gayaza, even at a personal level, we've been involved with each other. Going back to former President Milton Obote, he got his better half, Mama Millie Obote, from Gayaza. And I, the current president, my wife is from Gayaza. The two past presidents of Boba, their wives are also from Gayaza. Then I also want to thank the...
So this is the impact of shows.
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
It is not just a day of fun and it can go extra.
It's not that, it's because they produce, but that's better, they produce, we produce complete men and we're admirable. We're admirable men. Then I also want to thank Namagunga.
Yes.
We've interacted with them, there is great friendship. They have also confirmed attendance. Then our great good friends of the bingo, they have confirmed with their delegation. We look forward to having you there. Now going back to the old boys, it will be funny to see that the guests are more than
the old boys.
The old boys. So we are grateful for the friendship that exists between these traditional schools, and we want to continue building on this friendship so that we raise our schools. We know these, traditional schools, it's not about, let me be blunt, it's not about money. It's not a business. It's producing a complete man, a complete lady that can serve, that can, when they come on this stage, serve this country. So, old boys, I appeal to you, show up on Saturday 28th, and we celebrate our legacy as we reshape our infrastructure for generations. This time we are picked on the gate, and come and contribute generously, and with the spirit of Mwiri that does exist. I want to thank once again the headmaster for what he's doing at the school and the promises he's given us. The headmaster tells us whenever we meet him that he's hungry for success. But I tell him that as old boys, we are starving for success. And I know he's heard this message and he's working on it. Even when we miss 1 week, a week after going back to school, we see great changes. So, Mwiri's best days are still ahead of us. Thank you so much.
I love best days are still ahead of us, and then on the other side, rebuilding, restoring the glory of Mwiri. So the two are moving together. And of course, like he said, the date is 28th of this month. The old boys and those invited, make sure that they will be at the hill, and of course that project will see a smooth sail through till the end. Now, Secretary, you wanted to supplement, yes?
Yes, maybe to add on, you inquired about the program. What I wish is that, so we have an event at the school itself, and we have to be very sensitive because these are young men. We have to inspire and encourage, give career guidance. But after that, Mwiri has been gifted in one simple thing. It's we have a huge portfolio of real estate. That I will not be shy, but I say it in the most humble way. So we have about 5 acres in Gingertown, the middle of Gingertown. But now that belongs to Mwiri Old Boys Association. And it was a gift from our old boys, the intended family, His Excellency the former President, Milton Obote, and his group. So they donated 5 acres of land in Gingertown for the Mwiri Old Boys Association. And they went ahead and put for us there an infrastructure, because it has a theater which has a seating capacity of about 500 people. So it is where we congregate. So after that, we are going to have a cocktail. We are going to host our guests and have that celebration and that networking. So that's also a key item we have. But back to, I would want to speak to associations. These are alumni associations. We're not unique. If you look at most of these traditional schools, they do have them. And the current ones which have come up, the private sector schools, I personally, I believe in public goods. Because if you look at my history, I'm a beneficiary of a public good. My entire life, I've only attended one private school briefly. but I've been in public schools throughout. And Mr. Headmaster, I can tell you, I think you've been in the education sector for longer, is that you look at the tuition, because that has come up as a huge debate that we used to pay. Even if you adjust for inflation, you cannot come to that. But why? Because these public schools were there to supplement on the government effort. So we really appreciate what the government is doing, and also feel the old boys, the alumni association, we have a role to play to keep these schools going so that we can have this critical public good going on and providing quality, not just simply out of numbers. Thank you very much.
Yes, the President, briefly please.
We've been talking about the old boys, only about men in suits. That's the picture that you are getting, only men in suits. But at the clubhouse, after the functions at the school, where we will congregate, have the President's cocktail, we are going to be entertained by an old boy. Do you know him? Maddox. He's an old boy.
Maddox,
yes. No, of the famous.
Yes, Maddox,
Maddox,
famous.
Yes. So, yeah, he's an old boy. Don't only look at men in suits. They are in football, we are in entertainment. So Maddox, our old boy, will be entertaining us at the clubhouse in the evening at the President's cocktail.
Well, we can discuss more of what is going to be happening on the 28th. But remember one thing, that this has an agenda of focusing more on the infrastructure. Like the theme goes, if they're to have their legacy, and they have to shape the infrastructure for generations to come. So if you are an OB, if you're an invited guest, please carry something with you. Pledges are good, but carry something with you that you're going to give that day for this project. Then later you can go for the cocktail, that is the dancing and that entertainment as well. But now going back to the technical person here, the headmaster, he hinted on something very important. There's someone watching us, and today education, much as it's a human right, one would say it's a public good, the truth of the story is affordability becomes a challenge. And recently, I can't let you go without this. I was reading through one of the papers where they were comparing, government was saying some of these public schools where they're charging exorbitant fees, then yet we are facilitating. And guess what happened? The Great Mwiri was there. So in terms of affordability, how is Mwiri standing right now?
Thank you so much, moderator, once again. Busoga College Mwiri is one of the most affordable schools. Yeah, very affordable. The parents I have are vendors on the streets, the sugarcane farmers. Yeah. And our fees of the paper, I think I even shared with the President, that somebody who quoted the 1.65 could have had his or her own interests. Our fees is 1.45. But just this time, because the parents wanted to take up another part of infrastructure, that's rebuilding the transport sector, the school bus to be specific, there was an increment of 60,000. But our moderate fees is 1.35. Very affordable.
Yes.
And aware that many parents would wish their children to go and study in that great school. Sometimes we go into payment plans. Yes, you want your child here?
And moreover, it's a boarding school.
Boarding school, purely boarding. We go into payment terms. We are not like these other schools where you say 100% that they get. No, ours is flexible because we want to have education affordable to the Ugandans who wish to use that school as an opportunity. Like the President has mentioned of the other associations that are coming, Gayaza, Budo, Nabingo. As a head teacher, that is where I also want to be in terms of academics. So as the President is inviting the old boys from those, the old girls and old boys from those schools, I'm saying, can I also equally compete in the field of academics? And I want to mention that I'm doing a lot of benchmarking. Actually, the head teacher of King's College, I will not shy to mention, is my mentor head teacher. So we are destined to have this school great in all spheres. I want to encourage the current parents and those who are wishing to be part of Busoga College Mwiri. The school is affordable. The government, through the Ministry of Education, has given me the necessary human resource I need. So I'm not lacking. I think Busoga College Mwiri is one of the schools whose library seats over 500 students at once. 500 students with the library that has everything. The laboratories, the child have access to anything. Like I told you, the welfare is super. Those were the parents who are current parents will attest to this. My welfare is super. Because you feed the child, then the mind does the thinking.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, I just have to give each of my guests 1 minute to have their parting shot, and allow me start with start with the Secretary General.
Thank you. In 1 minute, I hope I'll be able to summarize this. But I just want to build on the issue you raised about the tuition. I am all for affordable education. But the beauty when you look at most of these public schools, and for me, I can speak for it authoritatively because I participated in this process, you find that we have what they call PTAs. Unlike in those private schools that you have, I don't think you find PTAs there. So if you look at our fee structure, it is democratic. The parent participates in it, in the formation, and they agree. And I can speak and attest to it because by virtue of being on the committee, on the board for MOBA, we have a seat on the PTA, as well as on the board of governors. So we are involved in this entire process. So you find it is a collective decision. It is not just simply one individual or 3 individuals sitting down and saying, now you're going to pay this. No, the parents really debate the school fees on what they're going to pay. So the figure you see there, apart from the ministry presentation, what the man has spoken about, 1.35, it is out of a democratic process of which the parents, through a majority vote, agree on and decide. So by the time we come to that fee structure, you'll find that the parents who bear this cost are very comfortable with it. A parting shot, all of you are very welcome to the school. Come and celebrate with us as we keep the legacy and build an infrastructure. On that note, as the Secretary General, I would like to extend my invite to you, Mr. Robert. If you can make it the Hill, we'll be glad to have you on the 28th. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much for the invite. Mr. HM, as we move out of here.
Thank you so much for hosting us and giving me this opportunity to share what Busoga College is all about for now. But there's one thing I want to clear. The public has been misled that Busoga College Mwiri is one of the schools that is most indebted in the country. And that's why some of the parents fear to bring their children to a school which has debts. But I know my board and PTA are watching, and he's here. That school has no debts, even if you went to the Auditor General. It's a school where service providers are paid within a week. My staff are paid by the 25th of the month. Today they are getting their September. So we are doing all that it requires to get value for money from the school. I want to encourage everybody to join us on Saturday. Give us ideas, give us support. The school must come back. I also want to join the Secretary General to invite you, because when I was seeing the things you're showing. Some of them are old. In this 1 year we've been in office, we have changed a lot of the infrastructure. Those potholes in the quadrangle are no longer there. It's paved up to the library. So I want you to come to the Hill and get a new peek of what you'll be displaying about Busoga College Mwiri. So thank you so much, our viewers. I invite you to the Hill on 28th of this month. Come and see that great school that is going to be great again. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for the invite. And finally, the president of the Mwiri Old Boys Association, your final remark.
First of all, I want to thank you, Mr. Moderator, and the entire UBC management for inviting us and for doing a great job. You know, when something is good, you can't hide it. I didn't know that you had those clips, those photographs. But yeah, yes, we are in public. When you're looking for something from a great man, you can't fail to trace it. I thank you for that. But I want to appeal to the old boys. Please come and be part of history. Come and we build. It's not something that is so huge. but it's very, very significant. A gate is very, very significant. The first impressions last a lifetime. Old boys, why do you want to go 5 kilometers where we have a signpost and begin taking pictures? Yet, taking pictures, maybe I say this so that the rest of the people don't understand the rest. Bana mwide, mchifo chokuja wansi mwakubisa vifanani. Abantu balowooza muri ku street mbe mwide. We are building a very iconic gate where we'll be taking our photographs and something that we'll be extremely proud of. So I'm very confident, I'm very sure that Mwiri's best days are still ahead of us. The best days are ahead of us. Please come and be part of this story. I thank you, and I extend the invitation to the whole UBC management, and you cameraman, sir, you're also invited. Thank you.
Thank you so much, the two old boys, the General Secretary, and of course the President and the Headmaster of Busoga College Mwiri. And of course the day is 28th. Please make it a date. Be there, and above all, go prepared for the fundraising for that gate. And later on, you can have the happy hour moments, as the Secretary told us here, that later on, yes, there is some place where you go and have fun. And above all, meeting old boys is an opportunity, because this world is all about networking. Now, maybe you've taken long to see some of them. Who knows if your lifetime waited for a prayer to be answered will be answered that day when you meet some of them that can connect to another point in life. Have a good day. May the good Lord bless you, for God and my country. Good morning.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Maskari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archive stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster for it.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Both in the south and in the north, and we need to continue until we achieve what we decided, to return the residents to their homes safely.
As Israel promises more attacks to follow, the Lebanese health minister urges the world to pressure West Jerusalem into stopping the violence.
90% of the injuries are to children. These are massacres rather than hitting military targets, and they are targeting only civilians.
Behind Israeli state terrorism in Lebanon, followed by a massive aggression with thousands of victims, cannot go unanswered.
And Iran slams those failing to prioritize peace.